Hello everyone, it's me, and I'm back with another video, as usual, doing it from this little YouTuber perspective bullshit, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna get into it. In the last video, you guys saw me pass through this freaky-ass glitch portal, and I popped out here, and this place, I'm gonna give you a little bit of an explanation beyond what that video said, and if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. Anyways, Uh, this is my old 2019 Minecraft world that I made on the 4J Studios PlayStation 4 edition of Minecraft. I actually managed to recover it, and I want to play on it from now on. I know it kind of sucks having to swap worlds, and the last video is sort of a built-in story. I do kind of like making stories, so I thought I would build it into the lore of my channel, and that's what I did. That old world still exists. I might pay it a visit every now and again if I can find a portal, quote unquote, to get back to it. But until then, I want to play on my old world. I started this world with my brother back in 2019, as I've said, and we've played on it a lot. A lot's happened on it. It's been destroyed and brought back so many times I can't even remember how many now. So many different things have happened on it. And when I was looking through my old files on my PlayStation, I actually found a backup copy where everything was still intact. I didn't even think that it existed. Unfortunately, a lot of things that we built after the quote-unquote cataclysm are no longer here, but a lot of the original builds are, like dirt. This is dirt. It's just a pillar of dirt, that's it. There's literally nothing special about it. We just decided to make a pillar of dirt with smoke coming out of it because we thought it would be cool. I don't know why. I don't make these decisions. They just kind of pop into my brain and then they just happen. I didn't like decide it. It's kind of like how I didn't decide to steal the sugar-free Reese's peanut butter cups from the 7-Eleven down the street. It just happened. And now I have to spend like 3 months in juvie. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I don't go to juvie. I'm too old for that. I digress. This video is going to be a tour, basically. But not just a tour of what exists. I'm also going to go to certain locations and tell you guys stories about them that happened in the original copy of the world. I wanted to transfer that one, but it got griefed so bad that the file size was 700 megabytes, and the Realm service would not allow me to transfer it because it was too big. So I got this backup copy of everything still intact, and I'm going to just kind of show you guys around and tell you what's what. This, I'm going to start with the biggest and most obvious build of the server, and it's the first thing you guys saw. This is the Colosseum. The sign that I put above the door no longer has the words on it, but it basically says Colosseum works best at night. And you go in, and there's spawners in here, and you just fight shit. That's it. It's just a place people go in to fight monsters. This is our spider creeper. He was bitten by a radioactive spider. Nobody really likes to look him in the eyes. He's got a thing with that. I don't know what it is. Infinite water source. Don't know why we put it here, but this is where it is. So Spider Creeper is the curator of this place. But you go in and you fight shit. It's our Colosseum. It originally was meant to be a mob spawner, but the mob spawner stopped working when we converted the world to Bedrock. And so that's just more of like a decorative thing now, is just fire and lava spewing down. And yeah, this is Jim. Jim's been here for a while, actually. He hasn't left ever since we killed his llamas for the leads. And he just likes to go around and grunt at people aggressively. I'm pretty sure he's got some form of like social anxiety, but we haven't really been able to diagnose him because this is like a medieval fantasy world, and yeah. That's one of the llamas. I don't know how he's still alive. But yeah. This is the well. It's a very basic thing. There's absolutely nothing special about it at all. But my horse, his name is not to be named. But he likes to drink out of it. But this is the horse with no name. He likes to wear gold. It's weird. Anyways. And this is the map. This is the world map. At least the parts that we actually have logged. So as you can see, there's the Colosseum, and there's the farm there. There's spawn crystal, obsidian portal, well, that tree right there, that is my base. I'm going to show you guys that later. But I actually want to show you more things first because I am a glutton for tours. This is spawn crystal. It's not my greatest build of all time. I built this when I was like 14 and I was still getting used to like how to build things that weren't just block houses made of like oak wood. But it's blue glass. It's supposed to be a crystal being held up by stone. I thought it was cool at the time. I'm gonna fix it and improve it. I'm gonna. Oh! Fucking shit! You dick muncher! That was. Get in the hole. Yeah, that was pleasant. Yep, well, off to a great start. And dick muncher sounded really weird. Are you just gonna start stealing my land? That's great. I might as well call you the American Cavalry. So, another thing I want to mention is that. Oh, there's a perfect example. The monsters in my world function a little differently than you would a normal one. This world is a much more vanilla experience, so I'm not playing with a huge-ass mod pack or anything that alters the terrain generation. There's no new bosses, and there aren't really any new mobs either, at least not that according to my knowledge. However, the magic in my world, and my world is called Old Astoria, the magic in Old Astoria is a lot stronger than other Minecraft worlds, and you will encounter mobs that have magic abilities. So there will be swift, oh shit. Yeah, like this guy. He's got decay. So I can die a lot more effectively from certain monsters now, and the game is a lot more challenging because of this. But you'll get zombies that have swiftness, a touch of decay, poison. There's a magnetism ability where they pull you in before they hit you. But it adds a lot more of a challenge to the game. There you go. See? Perfect example. It's a little cool. You know what? I think I might show you guys my house now. It's gonna be hard to do a tutorial and fight off hordes of monsters at the same time. Especially, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep. I'll show you guys like a little bit of the base. It's really not that special, but I'm gonna go to sleep. But yeah, sorry for the scuffed explanation. It's kind of hard to like explain it and fight at the same time because I'm stupid. Ah, fuck, I'm out of coffee. But yeah, I say that a lot. But yeah. The magic here is more powerful than in normal Minecraft worlds. So you'll come across monsters that have abilities like magnetism and decay, and some of them have a like a health pulse that they can give to other monsters in the vicinity. Some of them are just super fast, and I think there's even some invisible ones, but I don't know. I haven't really messed around a whole lot with them. I just know that they're tougher than normal monsters. But there aren't any new monsters. It's all old ones with just new abilities. They're actually called magic mutations. But I thought it was kind of cool, and you guys just got to see an example of that when one of them made my flesh fucking rot. It was kind of neat. Anyways, back to the tour. This is the farm. It's not much, but it's mine. I'm gonna improve this as well. This is my scarecrow. We have not named the scarecrow, but he just kind of like chills here and scares off the crows. And as you can see, they're flying over. They're not landing here, so he's doing his job. But yeah, wheat farm. Super simple, basic. This was back when I ate lots of bread. I didn't have a potato farm back then, but I had this. And then there's the animal pen. We didn't have a whole lot of animals at the time. We mostly just bred them for leather or wool. We didn't care too much about meat because we had wheat. And that rhymed! Haha, yay. I apologize. My personality today feels a little dry. I did just get out of bed, but I wanted to do this video first thing, and I got excited, so here I am. Down this staircase here, we have the docks. We go down here and we go fishing. That's pretty much it. This is a fishing dock. We just chill out here. It's pretty sick. But you know, we didn't build a whole lot. Most of what we did in this world was exploration and a lot of blowing shit up. For example, the Colosseum that you guys see, the biggest and baddest build on the server, actually used to be a woodland mansion. The part where you guys saw me do the intro over there, that was 0-0. We spawned in there, and there was a huge woodland mansion here. And we didn't take it on immediately, because we're not suicidal. But there was just a huge flat patch of land right over here with a tree next to it, just a random tree. It was this one right here, I believe. And we built a campsite right here and started digging into the ground. And we made our base. It was this little hobbit shack that we turned into a mine, and then we turned the mine into our base. And then, of course, people that we didn't want coming into it would come in, and they would start looting through our shit, so I built a wall, but that wasn't effective. And then we had trees we grew inside, and I turned the trees into a canopy so spiders couldn't crawl in from the top. And then eventually I turned the whole thing, as you can see, into a big-ass mountain by covering it with dirt. And then I put a custom tree on top to make it look pretty. And it originally, the only entrance was this little trap door. Creeper hole. But right before I started this video, I decided to make this so it'd be easier to show you guys in. Creepy cave noise, fantastic. I don't know where this bed came from, but I slept in it. This is my brother's room. I have not touched it since he last logged out, and you can definitely tell it does not look that pleasant, but I'm keeping it safe and intact in case someday he ever does decide he wants to play on here again. This is our food storage room. Lots of wheat, rotten flesh and bones for the dogs, berries and sugar cane, and meat. Pretty basic. This sign used to say food. Please don't add anything else. I don't know why I wrote some of the signs that I did. It was pretty dumb. This is our escape tunnel. If you come down here, there's iron that we neglected to mine because we're freaking dingbats. But there's soul sand, and it shoots you right up the top, and you escape. But you can't come down it. So the only way through it is up, which I thought was kind of neat. There's a couple of tunnels that we blocked off that things still kind of creep around in, so sometimes you'll hear zombies through the walls. It's not the most pleasant looking base that I've made. It's definitely kind of crooked, and as you can see, I kind of overdid it with the torches, but it used to just be a cave, and I lined it in with dark oak planks. This is my room. This is my painting. I had more. I think they got messed with, but this is my armory. I was just starting to get diamond gear when I made this backup file. I had a bunch of golden chest plates from the nether. I had a netherwort farm, as you guys can see, very nifty. I liked it. I had my jukebox in my storage facility area, my brewing station area, and this was my workstation area where I cooked my food, smelted my ores, crafted shit, hammered away on my tools, and that's my loft. My sex loft. Not that I was actually doing that when I was 14, but here it is. I have a bed, a pretty blue wall, a neat painting, and this is my personal chest where I kept all my music discs and other items of sentimental value, most of which got stolen. And then that's my golden sword. I don't use it for anything, it's just decoration, but it glows and it was pretty and shiny, and so I kept it. And then this is my little plant. I don't have a name for this plant, but I have a lot of feelings for it. So if anybody destroys it, I'm going to cut their balls off with a butter knife. Specifically, a butter knife. Moving onwards, this is the whole area. That's pretty much it. It's very basic. I would like to improve it as well, but I don't know if I will actually continue to live in this base, considering that it feels like a fucking museum, and I kind of want to keep it as it is for the sake of memories. This is the smelter wall. You put shit in here, it smelts it. I put it here so that people would stop coming into my house to smelt their shit, because I had multiple people living with me temporarily when they first joined the world. This sign used to say mod room. I don't know why. But there's a grindstone for getting rid of enchantments. This is our lapis chest, and this is our enchantment table. It's pretty sick. Lots of cool stuff you can enchant. It goes all the way up to level 30. Sharpness 4 is awesome. I don't have the levels for that, though, at the moment. But that was pretty much it. A very basic room. Not very good design. But again, I was 14. I wasn't very good at building back then. This is my mushroom. I like those. And then here, if you can't tell by now, this leads down to the mine. And yeah, this is the old terrain generation that caves used to look like before caves and cliffs. We explored the shit out of this place. It was actually really fun. But we placed torches everywhere and pretty much leached this entire cave dry. And now, well, not now, but before I deleted the world, I would just come down here and mine for stone or andesite or tough. Well, actually not tough because it was before caves and cliffs. But any block that I wanted to build with, if it was down here, I would probably just come down here and mine out chunks of the cave. Lots of people don't like doing that, and they prefer to make like automatic farms. Maybe not lots of people. I don't know. Lots of people like lots of things, and lots of people don't like lots of things. I don't really know what I'm saying. I need more coffee. It's really hard to stay awake. But, yeah, this is the mine. It's not much to look at. It's just basic 1.16 caves. Not a whole lot of openness. Lots of stone walls, just gravel, andesite, shit that we didn't want. Lots of dead ends, too. But it expands in other areas. And there's other little crevices that we found that lead to other things. But this was it. Just our mine. We dug through a lot of cool stuff here. We found lots of iron, lots of diamonds. It was a pretty sick spot. Definitely one of my favorite mines that I've ever had in a Minecraft world ever. Mostly because of the memories tied to it, though. There's nothing really that special about it other than that. But yeah, that's my base. It's not really the most big and expansive thing, and it's kind of ugly in parts because of the random scuffed building designs I used. And then as you guys can see, I used to have like a really nice garden before covering everything in dirt. And now it's just kind of what it is. This used to be like a balcony I would look out and watch the sunrise and the sunset from. But yeah, it's kind of this messy little thing now. But it is what it is. And that's the old mansion foundation. As you could see the walls there and stuff. We just built the Coliseum right on top of it. And there's the sugarcane farm. There's dirt. There's more. I'm gonna take you around to see more, but this is pretty much the meat of it. It's not super huge. There was a lot more that happened that you guys unfortunately aren't gonna get to see because the old save file is gone. But this is the backup. This is what was left behind. And this is my nether portal. I really liked this, actually. This is probably... It's a very basic build, but I liked the idea of having it built into the wall. I'm going to show you guys what it's like on the other side. My nether has a very complicated backstory. Oh, shit. Oh, hey, it actually pops out in the right spot again. This is the quote-unquote nether hub. This is old nether, too, so you guys are going to see some weird-looking shit. As you guys can see, nether wastes. Very pleasant-looking place. Very, very, very homey. Very nice. Lots of zombie pigmen. We had a point in the server's history where zombie pigmen had universal anger. So if somebody punched them, they attacked everybody. And everybody got murdered a lot in that time frame, and it got really annoying. But also super funny, because we got a lot of gold swords then. Ah, there is the staircase. And we were lucky enough to get a nether portal right next to a fortress, which is where we went to get blaze powder for the end dragon fight. Oh, hello. I didn't know you were here. Get the fuck out of my area, buddy. Anyways. It's not really that special. We didn't hang out a lot in the nether back then, particularly because this was pretty much the only reason to come here. You came to the nether to get to one of these fortresses, and then when you were done... That's nice. I just heard a baby cry. That's... Ew. Whoa. Okay, that's cool. I'm seeing new shit. But yeah, we kind of explored around a bit, but not a whole lot. The Nether wasn't that great back then. It was all one single biome, and the only reason you really came here was for these fortresses and those guys. But after the update that updated the Nether, we kind of changed things up a bit, and we came back here, and we have sort of like a path, but not really. Again, we were never really that caring when it came to what we did in the Nether. Most of what we did, and most of what we built, and most of our adventures took place in the overworld. So the Nether kind of got neglected when it came to looking pretty or being organized. But we did explore this place extensively, and we got a lot of loot from it, actually. I think one of my... Hello? I heard somebody. There you are. Nice. Alright. There was a tunnel, I believe, that led... Yeah, it's this way. I'm going the right way. And we got a lava storm. Cool. How pleasant. So, if we come down over this way, I believe there is a bridge that extends to the new Nether. In new chunks. And we kind of built over the top here because lots of skeletons in there kind of made it a little difficult to get through. And we couldn't spawn-proof it. But there it is. The bridge, I guess, isn't here. We must have made this copy before we built that. But there was a bridge that went all the way out into that in that wall. And if you guys can't, like, I don't know if you guys can see it. I can, but I don't know how the video quality is. There's a bit of blue there. There is a warped forest. And that was where we first popped into the new Nether chunks. And oh fuck. I'm getting shot at by a sky demon. I'm gonna back off, okay, bud? I'm sorry. I'm gonna head back to the overworld. This place is getting a little spicy for me. My spice tolerance today is low. But yeah, that's the Nether. Not really that much to look at. It's got a lot of history behind, like, the story of what we've done here. Done a lot of killing. Before we built the Colosseum, we came here to hunt monsters for experience points. And that was a pretty fun time. But then once we got the Colosseum, we kind of just stopped hanging out here. Hey, buddy. And it's meh. Sometimes we came here to get netherrack for building. Other times we just kind of... Oh, shit. Lots of screaming. Lots of screaming. I'm getting quiet. I really want to get out of here. This place is dangerous as fuck. Old Nether was no joke, man. I mean, you could not get food there. You couldn't grow trees there. It was not a pleasant experience. It was a giant wasteland, and the only reason you went there was to go to the fortress. And that was exactly what this place was like. It was not the most pleasant place in the world. But after the Nether update came out, we just came here to mine for netherite. And we did actually make some builds, I think, but those are gone. Oh! Yeah, I almost forgot about this. So, the Nether portal, when delivering you back to the overworld, delivers you in the middle of these random birchwood forests. This happened so many times, and this was, now that I think about it, this was probably one of the biggest reasons we stopped going into the Nether. We went in there to get shit, or get XP, but we didn't go in there to do a whole lot of building and exploring as much as other people would have, because every time we came back, it always popped us out here in some random-ass location. And there's a fucking mutant spider. Hold on. Okay, let's go check this guy out. What are you? You got the purple effects. Are you a magnetism? Nope, he's decay. He's got a decay bite. Fuck. Got him. Whoa, what the hell? Bone meal. That's cool. I didn't know that magic monsters dropped more loot. But yeah, finding our... Oh, shit. Why are you in the rain? You're an Enderman! Are you holding obsidian? Oh, I don't know what that one is. What are you? Back off. This is a very interesting predicament. This is supposed to be a world tour, not a fight for survival. Damn. Fuck, it's like shopping at Walmart all over again. Where is he? Where? No, 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 no. This is not how I'm starting out my life here. Where I need to heal so badly. Oh my goodness gracious, I need blocks. Where's that spider? I think that's a swiftness one. I don't know. The magic mutations in this game are, I don't know how many of them there are, but some of them are way worse than others, and I think the game gets more intense depending on how long you've played. So right now we're dealing with decay guys, but I know there's like, I think there's an invisibility one, which is really scary. I'm gonna actually, I really want to fight those guys, but I also know it's probably smarter not to. But no one ever really accused me of being the smartest guy in the room. Oh, he's slowness! Oh, freezing? He is a freeze touch? Ow! Okay, I get it. What the hell? Oh, he dropped it. Okay, so he freeze charge. What does this do? Can I freeze people now? Oh, that's so fucking cool. He's like stuck. Oh, but it wears off. It's like a magic ball. Do I throw it like I throw other things, or do I just like shoot it out? I just shoot it out. Okay, that's cool. Whoa. You're dead. That was sick. Okay, we really do need to get home. I have more stuff to show you. Yep, and this is the cobblestone staircase we built to go up in the trees and look around. And there's a Colosseum. Colosseum also acts as kind of like a beacon, telling people where we are. It's another reason why I'm thinking I might tear it down. Also, it does not work, even with the spawners, which kind of sucks. It used to be really cool back in the day, but I tested it out the other day, and it just does not work anymore. But I have a couple of build ideas I could use to like give it a new purpose. That's interesting. So we found a decay mutation with the zombies, a decay ability, and a freeze touch ability. And not the zombies, the monsters. I can't speak today, guys. I'm sorry. I'm simultaneously really excited, but also really nervous. And I'm also worried about keeping people's attention, because World Tour videos, I've never done one before. And I'm also kind of a little self-conscious about my world. It's not exactly the most amazing, like, flashy looking world, but it's got a lot of memories to it, and I wish I could show you guys all the things that aren't here anymore, but the best I can do is take you to the locations where they used to be and tell you about them a little bit. For example, this swamp over here. It should have a witch hut, actually. But I used to live here in another version. So, after my base got blown up in something we call the boom boom snowball fight, is what me and my friends at the time called it. We had a command block enabled that turned snowballs into TNT, and my base got absolutely demolished, along with everybody else's stuff. So when I moved away, I moved here. I found this little witch hut, and I started to live inside of it. But it got a little small for me, so what I did is I built a house on top of the witch hut, and then turned this little witch hut into like a fancy looking support beam with a storage room inside of it. And then I had like a chimney and an apothecary that like jutted out of the side and had these big logs coming out of the river to hold it up. And then I had a huge potato farm covering this dirt patch. And then there was a mushroom that I grew right here. It was one of these guys. There was one left. I used bone meal. He grew up, and I built a fish tank on top of him, and I kept an axolotl inside, and it was really cool. And I moved my horse here and everything. It was really sick. And then I made some new friends because my old friends and I kind of just stopped hanging out. We played since like 3rd grade, I believe. But one day we just kind of stopped. But that happens, you know, that's life. But my old base was nothing but a dirt patch now. I patched up the hole in the ground, and that whole area was completely unused, so I made a new friend. His name was Janeel. And he decided to take that and make a way bigger version on top of where my base used to be. It was a huge tower that went all the way up to the sky, and then he built this huge platform that was like fucking 12 chunks by 12 chunks or whatever, and it blocked out the sun. And mobs started spawning during the day, and my base got attacked a lot. But he liked to live up there. He's a little bit of a pride issue, in my opinion. You can tell him I said that. I don't give a fuck. He's a little bit of a dingbat, but I like him. He's a cool guy. But he had a giant base. My portal got destroyed too, but the hole in the wall was still left there, so my other friend, his name is Christian, he came in and he built a big-ass bunker with a new portal inside of it, and the only way you could get to it was by opening his fancy redstone door, which he really, really liked. And it was a lot of fun. You know, we thrived for a while. I was good at farming. I was good at hunting monsters. Janeel would often hire me to go get resources for him, like special building blocks and stuff. And it was pretty cool. And eventually, though, we went on to servers. We were playing Sky Wars, and we pissed off this group of kids. And what I would like to do is I left my world open so that my friends could play on it when I was offline, because I was too cheap to pay for an actual server. At this point in time, I was 16, and these kids found out that my world was open, and they got in somehow, and I have no fucking clue how they managed to do this, but I gotta turn the music down a little bit so that I can actually tell you guys my story. Holy shit. Better. Okay. They managed to get a skulk catalyst, and they skulked all of everything. The entire town square was just completely skulked over. The redstone that my friend had set up for his base just got completely destroyed and messed up, and just totally not functional anymore. And a lot of it was just absolutely wrecked. There was no warden, which was fortunate for us. But, yeah. And then my base got blown to smithereens. The only thing that actually survived, ironically enough, was my brother's room. So I kept that intact, although they stole quite a few items from his chest, and I believe they logged out with them. That was intact. They didn't even touch the Colosseum, which I was pretty surprised about. However, they killed Spider Creeper, which pissed me off. And after that, me and my friend Janeel and Christian, which were the only people that really played on the world anymore, decided to take about 10,000 blocks and go that way. And we lived in a little jungle. It was pretty sick. But then eventually I got really annoyed because I was the only one playing at that point. Even they stopped playing because after our town here that we had set up got completely destroyed, they sort of lost all motivation to play on this server. Not that I really blame them. And so I was the only one playing, and they had these like little houses. So I blew everything up and then stopped playing on the world myself as well. And I hadn't really touched the world since then. But then I came back one day and started to restore spawn. I was getting rid of all the skulk and shit and everything. And then I, tried to transfer the world over to PC, hoping that I could do some recordings with it. And then I found this backup copy, and here we are. There's other things that happened too. I have reloaded this world and made backup copies at least 6 or 8 times now, because it's been griefed so many times. The skulk catalyst that I told you about, though, that was the most recent one. That was the one that really sent everybody over. There was the snowball fight of doom, when everybody had TNT snowballs. There was an incident where I managed to get a Herobrine mod on the server, the world, through connecting my PC to my PlayStation. That did not go well. And there was also an incident where I believe somebody managed to get like 3 withers, and the whole server got wiped. So I've had to wipe the server and load up backup copies several times. And at one point, I was playing on the server completely by myself. This was before I met my friends Janelle and Christian, and this was after my previous friend group and I stopped playing together. But I came out. Don't need that. I'm going to show you guys where it is, actually. There was a specific area I went to, and I built a huge castle made of nether brick. And that was back when I actually went to the nether. And it was very, interesting, let's just say. Oh, I didn't show you guys the vortex! I'm sorry. I completely forgot about this fucking thing. This thing is weird. I don't know how to explain how we got here, but it's just there. This is the second fishing dock because I saw there were actual fish in this pond and decided to, like, make another fishing dock because I thought it'd be cool. And as you can see, there's like the salmon. Oh, and the vortex got him. Yep. So this thing right here, I call it the vortex. As you can see, it is a vortex. And if you look, it just drops you into magma. It's not pleasant, and it's very difficult to get out of. And it has trapped fish, monsters, and people alike. And it has been complained about so many times. But I leave it there because I think it's funny. I built it. There is no backstory beyond it other than the fact that I built it because I wanted to have some fun. But anyways, after one of the apocalypses, at this point, they're all kind of jumbled up in the order of which they happened. That was cool. I moved out here into the birchwood forest looking for a new place to live. Cool dog, cool cow. And I came across this place that was on a shoreline, and I built there with nether brick, which took me forever and required me to go to the nether a lot, which got really annoying with that portal glitch that I showed you guys earlier. But, in my opinion, it was worth it. Now, the castle's not there, so don't expect to see it. It got wiped in one of my reloads. But this was the area. There was a huge mushroom here. I liked it. I just wanted to live next to it because I thought it was cool. I liked the grass and the flowers. And I lived right here. I came out here, chopped down a bunch of trees, and built a big-ass castle. However, what is weird is at the time, this was a shoreline. This forest is extending a lot further out than it used to. Yeah, right here is where it would have ended, and there'd be water. What the hell? It turns into a red sand biome. That's cool. Ah, yeah, see? So, all of that's new. I've never seen any of this before. It is quite pretty, actually. But, yeah. This is where I used to have a really nice fortress, and I lived here. It was a pretty cool spot. One of my favorites. I had a big potato farm. I love farming potatoes in this game. It's one of the best food items, other than golden carrots. But I like to use my gold on other things, like shiny jewelry. And yeah, as far as I know, that's about as much as the tour will allow. Oh, I have another story, though. This is a real quick one, and then I'll probably wrap it up. There was an incident where one particular kid, I don't remember his username, and I never found out his real name, but he had this obsession with black holes. So much to the point where, like, he would join the world and just start talking about them. And he really liked me for some reason. I don't know why, but he just decided that he wanted to live with me. And this was during that time period where I lived in a swamp house, and my friend Janelle was still working on his mega base in the sky. And he just kind of started helping himself to everybody's stuff. My stuff, Christian's stuff, Janelle's stuff. He was really loud, really frustrating to talk to. I believe his name was Elijah. I don't remember, though. Whoa, back off, buddy. I don't remember his name, but that's what I'm guessing it was, because I have this vague... Yeah, no, it was Elijah, because I'm remembering, because his character had green hair, and he was obsessed with Jacksepticeye, too. But he really liked black holes, and he would just stand in my house staring at me while I was farming and telling me about how black holes worked, which I thought was kind of cool, but eventually it got annoying cuz like it never stopped. And I don't mean like, oh, it was a frequent conversation, like it never stopped. It was constantly black holes. And then he would like mess up my crops by jumping around on him and shit while he was talking. And when I asked him to go away, he didn't. And then he moved into my house with me. He took my armor. I was trying to fix my sword once, and he broke the anvil and took my sword and said he would only give it back unless I listened to him to explain how black holes can secretly fold time and space or whatever. I don't know. But I got so annoyed to the point where, like he wasn't leaving my house. I didn't kick people off the server back then. It didn't feel right to do so. And so I just blew up my house and my potato farm and everything and left. And I moved out into the snow and built a new cabin and thought that he couldn't find me. And that was not true. He found me. And I had to do it all again. I didn't blow this house up, but I cleared it out and moved away. Eventually, he kind of like gave up and stopped following me, but he was a very interesting individual. I like to call that the black hole incident, and that was another thing that led to the server getting reloaded. But yeah, reloaded lots of times, so much to the point where they became a little iconic with this world, and we all have like a special name for them. Or at least I do. I like to call them the Great Rewrites, because it's like God got so fucking uh like flabbergasted by what happened, he had to like rewind time just so that things would make sense again. That's how I kind of have it from like a lore perspective, but it's just me trying to preserve my world because I've had several people come on and grief it. I've had people. Her name was Allie. This was in my previous friend group. This was a long ass time ago. She joined the server once, and the second she found out I got a diamond pickaxe, she snuck up behind me, stabbed me in the fucking spleen, stole my pickaxe, and then ran out into the woods and logged out with it. And I have never played with her ever since. I have no idea what happened to her or why she did that, but that's what happened. But yeah, there's lots of stories with this world. I'm sure there's more I haven't even mentioned, but I feel like I've done a lot of talking and a lot of wandering, and I don't want people to get bored, and I'm worried about being able to keep people's attention at this point. But that's the quick tour. It wasn't quick at all, but let's just call it the quick tour for the sake of making me feel better about the fact that I talk too much. And yeah, it it's not again, it's not the biggest, baddest, most beautiful looking world, but it has character, it has story, and it's got a lot of memories for me with friends and people that I considered enemies. But I let them play anyways because I was trying to get people to play on my world. But you guys got to see that. It's just dirt. I don't know why I built that. It's really stupid. I might change it into something cooler. You get to see my farm, my animal pen, my portal, my coliseum, my spawn crystal, my base. And I showed you guys a couple of locations where there really isn't anything special, but they have memories tied to them. And I'm looking forward to continuing my channel on this world and showing you guys all the cool things that I can do here. And, I want to keep this world going. I mean, I've had it for 6 years. It's meaningful to me, even if it isn't great, and even if a lot of things have gotten wiped off the server, and even if it isn't the most like up to date. Like all the terrain you're seeing is old world gen, which is really pretty. And when we went out to the edge over there and you guys got to see the new world gen, it actually blended in quite nicely. And so I'm kind of looking forward to blending the old with the new. I'm excited about it. Uh, and I hope that you guys actually enjoy and get as much joy out of this world as I did, because I really love it and I want to continue playing on it. And I think that recording on it would be, I don't know, kind of like a dream come true. I never actually thought I'd get this world back, so I'm feeling strangely like nostalgic and also like like sad happy, because there's so like there's a lot of nostalgia for what's happened, and I'm excited for like the future, but I also miss a lot of the friends I used to have here. But it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna keep building on it. I'm gonna keep exploring. I'm sure there's lots of new stuff I can discover now that I moved it over to PC and upgraded the world gen and everything. And I'm just excited for what kind of stories are gonna unfold. But I'm gonna wrap it up again. I know I'm sorry for talking too much, and I hope that you guys didn't get bored and just click off. But if you guys have enjoyed this video and you got some entertainment and enjoyed my stories, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you have comments to leave on what I could do better or anything like that, go ahead and leave them. I'm open to criticism. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.